everyone, welcome back. It's Ted here from emodels.co.uk and this is my third video for eModels. I've been pleased to be asked to do another video build. We've done the Challenger tank, we've also done the Hawker Typhoon, and this next model that eModels have asked me to build on your behalf I'm really pleased about because it's big. It's so big I've had to clear my desk and let's go and drag it in and show you what it's going to be. Big box. Here we go. Here it is. I don't know if we can get it all in the screen at the same time, but it's the Trumpeter Pz.Kpfw.IV. It's the German medium tank and it's in a whopping 1/16 scale. This is huge. Originally when I started in 1/35 scale I thought they were big tanks and such then, and then we did the Typhoon in 1/24, but to build in 1/16, I've never built in 1/16 before, but this is going to be a cracking model. I've already had a look in the box, really impressed with it, so I think without further ado we'll get the lid off this fantastic box and we'll have a look inside and see what we've let ourselves in for. Alright, see you in a minute. No, don't adjust your sets. The box is upside down, or to look at it, it's upside down. It's just the way it comes, and we can get up and open it. The box itself, I'll try and show you a little bit what the box is about, but it's so big, it's just going to be difficult moving it around. There's lots of detail on the box. It's showing the colour call-outs for the colours that it's included for the decals inside the tank. There's 4 different camouflage combinations. The back of the box itself, there's nothing on that, it's just blank. But the other side, it's showing some of the fantastic detail and such what's going to be included on the inside. There's a full rack of ammunition, full interior detail, interior detail in the fighting compartment, and the engine and generators. It also tells you a little bit about the tank itself, and also it gives you an illustration of some of the photo etch parts that are included and the decals themselves included in the box. As I say, it's by Trumpeter. I've actually not built a Trumpeter kit before. I've seen them. I've had one in my stash, I think, once before, but I actually swapped it for something else. But here we are with the Trumpeter. Right, let's turn it back upside down and release the catches. It's a well-sealed box. It comes with a seal on it, showing that it's not been tampered with and nobody's pinched any parts out of it while it's been on the shelf in the shop. And we open it up to reveal, he says, try and get it open. Inside there are some more boxes. Right, let me get this out of the way and we'll look at what's in the boxes one at a time. We'll start with the big one. I think they're all numbered. That's box D. Whether that relates to anything on the instructions, I'm not too sure. I did have a look through them. Here are the instructions. Anyway, let's get this box out of the way and we'll talk a little bit more about the contents. Gosh, it's a big box. Okay, here we are then. Here's the first of the boxes, the first one that we picked out before. This is actually the lid. This is box D. As we can see on the top, it shows a nice illustration of one of the camouflage schemes, and there's a different picture of the scheme on each box. I opened it because the boxes are a little bit tight, the lids to get off. So this is what's in the first box. Lots of parts. I think there are about 2,000 parts in this. I'm not sure. I did read it somewhere. Can't quite find it to hand just at the moment, but never mind. Anyway, there's lots of parts. All sealed. I'm not going to go through every package. We'll look at some of the major pieces that sort of stand out. Some of the top parts of the tank deck. Bits and pieces in there. They are looking nicely moulded. There doesn't appear to be too many ejector marks or anything like that. No sort of major flash bits and issues to clear up. I'm not going to start and open the packs because that way we'll start losing everything. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 frames in there, and that's just part of the tank. I did see as I was looking through here. There we go. We can see here some parts of the engine detail. 9 sprues. That's more than you get in some kits, really, and that's just in the first box. Some of these parts are a little bit obvious. There's a radio transmitter receiver there, or something looks like it. Some of the parts are not too obvious what they are, but they do look nice and clean. Certainly nothing to report bad about these. Looks like there's part of the barrel. Yeah, there's the barrel. There's 2 versions in this. There's a plastic barrel which you can use as well, or there's an aluminium. There's a turned metal barrel as well, which we'll probably come to that in another box. Right, that's the first box. Let's get that one out of the way. Just whether the box, as I say, whether the boxes are arranged so that you're just working on one box at a time, or whether the parts are all mixed up and we've got to search boxes, or maybe they're identifiable somewhere about where they are. I don't actually know. Right, that's that one. That's it. Oops, make the camera wobble. Next part. This is box B. Smaller box. As you see, they do fit quite tightly. Let's have a look in this one. Right, obviously some of the drive system, the wheels, some of the coloured sprues, clear sprues. Something looks like the commander's cup holder in there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and onwards. 15 plus a whole stack of plastic in this box here. What else do we have? We have some brown plastic, some brown sprues. I think these are actually the track pins. More about that as we go through. I probably think there are some metal tracks available for this, but we're going to build this as usual. We'll build it out of the box, unless we find out as we go along that something could be improved. But we'll use the plastic tracks. We can always take them off again and adjust, change them in the future for some metal ones. But once again, some identifiable parts. Looks like generators and such here. No idea what they are yet. Yep, more parts and lots more parts. And you can just really see the size of the drivetrain, part of the drive wheels, how big this kit is going to be. They're what? Oh, can't find my tape rule here. They're what? 1.5 inches across. That's in English money. Right, so that goes to there. There's another box. See the box? Are quite snug fitting. I'll try and put it down this time without knocking the camera again. Box 3. This is box C. Oh, there we go. Right. Once again, loads more parts. More unidentifiable at the moment to me without looking at the instructions. 1, 2, 3. I think that's some of the side armour. Plain side armour. Drive wheels. Quite a number of those. That's the some of the tedious parts of building a tank, but unfortunately it needs to be done. And next to the tank as well is the drive wheels. A bit tedious and repetitive to do those, but never mind, we'll get on with those. More parts, and here's a whole rack of ammunition. I believe there's different types of ammunition in here, different types of shells. Whether we use them all or whether we can select which ones we're going to use, I don't quite know. Well, that's those. More drivetrain, and these are obviously suspension parts. So that's the box there, and 2 final black sprues, which looks like the tyres for the road wheels. That's it. Once you take things out of the box, they never go back in the same. Never mind, we'll try and get them in. Didn't count how many was in here, but what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 plus sprues in that box. As I say, they never go back. It's when you try to repack after your holidays to come home, stuff never goes back in your suitcase. There we go, that's that one. And the final box, let's have a look. This must be the interesting one. This is the bit where we see what sort of size we're going to be looking at. Excuse me a moment. I'll just get the lid off this box. There's always one. This is box A, by the way. See, box A. Here we are. Here we have, quite obviously, the hull. It's massive. Yep, nicely moulded. Just a couple of little ejector marks just on there, but there won't be anything to clean. Rivet detail, bolt detail, it's all in there. Fantastic. You can even see the hexagonal nuts all along the tops there. There's the escape hatch in the bottom, fittings and areas to put everything in there, and there's the top of the tank deck. That's that one. We've got that one open nicely. The turret ring, nice and clean, no marks on there. It doesn't actually feel very greasy, although I will be giving the parts a wash. But there doesn't appear to be a greasy ejector oil sort of feel to it, which is quite nice. Lots of nice little detail in it. There's little screw heads just in here. Don't know if you can quite pick them up in there. Pointy stick time just in there. There we go. And that will sit on there. That what we talked about before, the metal barrel. That's in there. There's a couple of springs as well. I'm not quite sure what they are just yet. Nice turned barrel, which will be a nice little touch. There's the turret, or part of the turret anyway, so that will sit on there somewhere. Whether I've got this the right way around, I think that's the right way around. Sits back there a little bit, I think. What else have we got? Some more turret parts. Turret armour plating, and a big bag of track links. So we'll see how they go together. Lots more goodies in here. These are all the photo etch. Oh, there's 2 sides to it, so there's 2 parts in each pack. And it'll all become clear when they are all put together. I see on here as well, these round discs are actually, I'll put them away in the box, but they're actually the end caps for the ammunition for the shells. So they'll go on and add that fine detail to the end of the shells. Some brass wire or copper wire, maybe a tow rope or something like that. Just extra parts. I think that's the tank floor. I think. More as we delve in the box. More photo etch, more shell end caps, and finally, I think we've got a set of decals. We'll leave them in there. We won't open them yet, but basically they look nice and crisp. I've never heard any bad reports about the Trumpeter decals, but we'll have a look. We'll leave them in the box and we'll decide which camouflage scheme and which area theatre of operations that the tank worked, and we'll decide what we're going to do from there. Just while we've got the hull out, this is massive. It's big. I know this is only a medium tank, so the Trumpeter 1/16 scale King Tiger, it must be huge. Put that back up. So it must be huge. What I've got here, you may remember right at the start when I first came to E-Models, I built the Challenger tank, and this is the 1/35 scale Challenger tank. And just for comparison of the sizes, we can see the difference in scales for this tank. It's big. Yep. So right, let's move this out of the way. It's going to take a bit of space and it's going to take a bit of time, this model. So hope you bear with us, and we'll do it as we go through, and we'll make some things we'll make up as we go along. Decide what we're going to do with it. And here's how it goes together. Here's the book of instructions. It also comes with a colour call-outs for the 4 types of camouflage scheme. As the SS 1st Panzer Division in Italy, 43. There's the 1st SS Panzer Division in Russia in 43. 12th Panzer Division, 1945. And the Vinehund, Normandy in 1943. And also at the bottom, it's giving you the colour calls for the ammunition as well. It suggests the MiG ammo paints in this. I'll be dropping an order into E-Models shortly for a set of Panzer colours. MiG actually produce a full set, so rather than buying them individually, we'll buy a pack of them. We'll also be using some of the, if I can find them, some of the MiG Abteilung 502 oils. There's a pack of those as well. There's, if you wanted to buy them as a set, you can also buy them as a weathering pack. We'll be using those for particularly the engine details and some of the insides. So that's the colour call out. Just some information on the tank itself and some more of the details of the detail in it. It said, that's where I read it. This kit consists of 1,816 parts on 81 sprues. There's 198 parts that are photo etched. There's 2 copper cables, 1 metal barrel, and 4 springs. But we'll find out where they're for later. So that's that. Finally, we'll have a look quickly at the instructions. Nice and clear. First couple of pages, I always like this, is they give you a list of where all the parts are, or they show you the sprues and the parts, and tell you what should and shouldn't be there. And then just the ordinary, easy to follow. It looks fairly easy to follow, step by step instructions all right through. There's bags of detail in this, loads of it. I can't really wait to get started. I'm going to go away for a week, and I think I'll take the instructions and things just to have a browse at while I've got some free time. But when I come back, we'll be getting stuck into this model. When and where we're going to paint it is to be decided. Normally with armour, you put everything together, then give it a blast of paint, and then finish it off that way. In this, I think it's going to be too big for that. So I think what we'll do, we'll paint as we go, or try to, see where we go, particularly some of the inside details. We'll do some nice weathering on it. These tanks were produced in the thousands, served in various theatres of war, and the options are endless. It's either great big thick mud or nice and clean for a military parade. We'll probably go somewhere in the middle, but we certainly will make it look like a used tank. We'll do some chipping, we'll do some oil works, we'll do some paint weathering, and we'll build some tracks, and we'll build paint and colour them. So can't wait to get on with it. As I say, I'm just away for a week, then I'll be back and we'll start and produce some models and some videos. We'll put some glue onto plastic, and we'll produce the Mark IV German medium tank. So that's the end of this review. It looks brilliant. It's available now at eModels. Just give the guys there a ring and they'll put one in the post, send it out to you, and you can then eagerly await for your own suitcase-sized box to arrive through the door. Anyway, that's all from me. That's Ted at eModels. So I'll see you again. See you for the next video, and thanks for watching. Okay guys, bye now.